I'm very sorry I did not video yesterday. Kind of a general day yesterday I had. And again, the incidents that were happening in the beginning of the week are continuing, and there are more incidents happening. But now I'm kind of involved because some of the research I did and some of the talking I did with other teams is actually needed to resolve some of the issues. So I made a document and some diagrams to show how like the flow of things are. And right now we are basically, most people are just trying to fix it because that one issue has brought up many more issues. So that's what we're all kind of looking into. So today's Thursday, and I thought that maybe I'll explain more about how I actually got to this job and what made me choose it a bit more. So yay, stick around if you want to know how to apply and how to kind of get this job, or even somewhere else in tech, because I did lots and lots and lots and lots of searching and applied to many places. So if you guys are interested, then stick around. If you're not, then I hope you're looking forward to any other videos, and if you would like to see something else, then just type in the comments what you would like to see. Good morning, you guys. It's Friday. I'm really sorry I did not vlog anymore yesterday, but I'm going to do what I said yesterday today and upload it today. Hello guys, so let's sit and talk. So the idea was I would kind of tell you how I got this job. Well, let me tell you that it all started with me deciding to do a computer science degree at first at university. So I started university around 4 years ago at the University of Edinburgh. If you've seen a couple of my other videos, then you would have done that. But anyway, every summer, me and my friends, we were looking for internships to do to get experience on top of university. And in my first year, summer, I did not get an internship. But on my second year, I did apply to a lot of places in first year as well. I just didn't get anything because so in Scotland it's a 4-year degree, and usually people look for kind of penultimate year or a max, like the year before penultimate, because they basically don't want to invest money in you unless you can kind of come back. In second year, I also looked for internships, and then I applied to Tesco. So the steps to applying to Tesco for internships as well as the graduate scheme is the same. Of course, the level at which you need to answer the questions is kind of higher for graduates. So the first things first is you kind of read through what the internship is about, the scheme is about, and of course you need to like it. I understand that you may need to do an internship or graduate scheme due to financial reasons or other reasons, but ultimately you really need to like it because you really want to make the most of the opportunity that you get, and you can only do that when you have a goal, and you understand why you're actually doing it. So I wanted to get more experience in software engineering, like practical experience in the industry, and that is why I wanted to do an internship, and more specifically applied to Tesco because their values really spoke to me, the values that they have. So one of their main purposes is to make customers' life a little better every day, and that's something that speaks to me because to me, like, we are living in a world with people, and the people is the reason why we're here, why we are doing a job, why we're earning money, is to live as human beings. And why are we doing this? Because of the societal thing where we need to work, we need to get a job, we need to kind of flourish our life. Yeah, of course we're doing something, but we are doing it because it's kind of in society. And what makes society? Humans make society. So to me, it kind of all revolves around this thing where you kind of work for humans and try and make people's life better. And to me, technology is one of the ways to make people's life simpler, better, more entertaining. And of course, if you just think about pure knowledge, technology is such an interesting field with so much happening. But ultimately, I want to use technology for people. So that's one of the main key reasons that I applied to Tesco. And of course, I've always shopped there. And then second stage, there's video interviews. So video interviews, I'm not sure if they changed anything, but how it was is that you get little situations or little questions, and then you get a minute to kind of think about it and write down a couple of notes if you wish, and then you answer on video. There's no one else there, so it's kind of a blank video. You're kind of looking at yourself when you're speaking. And then after that part, you of course have to wait for an answer. If you get through, then you get invited to a call with someone within technology, and this call is kind of to understand your soft skills, but also to understand how you learn, in a sense. I mean, it's really hard to do on a call because it's not a video call, it's just a cold call, but it's to understand if you are admitting that you don't know something, and just say honestly what you do know and answer the questions honestly. So it's more of a behavioral thing, more of a thing of the person on the other side thinking, yes, we can actually teach this person something. And I think that's what the call was for me. I was called by someone in technology who was in security, and I did not know anything whatsoever about security. Of course, I knew like theory, but I had no idea like what pen testing was and such. Like that is not what I was interested in, and also I hadn't had any security courses in university yet. So it was really hard for me because most of the questions the person asked me, I had no idea. But what was really interesting is this person really, I was honest. I told them, I don't know, but this would be my guess if I had to guess something. And then they would help me. Then they would give me a tips. They would say, I would do this. What do you think? And then you kind of understand where they are they want to talk, what they want you to talk about. So you kind of understand that. And then if you get through the call stage, you are invited to a whole day assessment center. So you go to the head office to do your assessment center, and it's a whole day long, and there's multiple things to do. Because I did a software engineering internship, what I was asked to do is to prepare. So there's multiple things I was asked to do. One was to prepare a presentation about myself, about who I am, what I like to do, why I've applied, why Tesco, etc. The second part was they had given me something to research about, and to me it was infrastructure as a service and cloud. And so I had to kind of research, note down, but even if I noted it down, I had to kind of present to someone else. It was basically like you are teaching someone else what these concepts mean without a sheet of paper or anything. So you're just talking with that person, and they're just trying to see if you can organize your thoughts. And of course, if you know how to do research and in what steps you have to do your research. I have to say this was one of the parts where I received the least points in, if I remember correctly. And that is because I knew whole lots of information. I was super prepared, but when I'm in this interview session with someone one-to-one, and I know they're kind of judging my knowledge, judging me, I get really stressed and nervous. So I was really nervous, and so I just started saying random bits and bobs that I knew, and I completely forgot to kind of start at the starting and kind of say the information as if it was a story, and I kind of just rambled on and And even like when I'm talking about like something in the cloud, I'm like, oh, I remember this about infrastructure, and I should say this. So yeah, I think that was my main issue, which was that I wasn't very clear in how I was speaking, because I'm sure it was because I was nervous, and I know that I need to work on that. And then you, after that, there is the pair coding experience that you have. So for software engineering, of course, you get paired up with someone from the recruitment team, and you basically code. For me, they asked me to code like a simple test, a unit test. It was. I had never written a test really before. And so yeah, that was quite interesting, but it was really nice because the other person was there and they were kind of helping you but not giving you the answers. So when they see that you were struggling or you didn't really know what to do, they would give you little hints, but then you had to show that you can understand those hints and then kind of work from there. So I did that, and I think at that point they also kind of measure how you are to work with, because of course you will be working in a team, you're not working alone, and so they kind of see how it is to work with you. And then after that there was a group exercise, and the group exercise involved so it's not pre-prepared. They give you, I think, a sheet of paper with the situation on and a few short case studies depending on the situation, and you basically get 20 minutes alone to read those case studies, understand what the situation is, make up an argument for yourself of what you would do in this situation. And then after those 20 minutes you're put in this group of people, and this exercise is the same for software engineers and product managers, because you're put together to do this exercise, and you basically argument. You talk in your argument, but it's not really an argument, it's a discussion. And what they want to see is that you can listen, you can give your opinion and express yourself well, but also know when to kind of quiet down, when to accept somebody else's criticism or somebody else's argument, and kind of work towards a solution or work towards a way of dealing with the situation together. So that was the main goal of that, and I, to be honest, really enjoyed it. But I feel like I really enjoyed it because of the people I was with. Because of course, after the internship, you kind of talk to the other people who got through and how their assessment was and stuff. And I learned that a lot of people had quite a traumatic experience. Well, I mean, I say traumatic, but it's more about like, if you are in a group where there's a lot of like dominant characters who don't really listen, who don't really let you talk, then of course you yourself are not going to have much opportunities to talk. But what I was really happy about, and I guess I got lucky, was that everybody I was doing this exercise with was super friendly, and everybody would listen, everybody would leave a chance for somebody else to speak. And if someone notices that somebody else hasn't said something, or they were going to say something but they stopped, then they would someone who is a bit more dominant had that courage to say, hey, this person wants to say something, let them speak. And so yeah, for me that experience was really nice. And after this exercise we got a numerical analytical test. So that test is basically a logic test. So the classic logic test that you would get to measure your IQ, things like that, and kind of situational test that we had to do. And those tests that are like, you can never complete them because they're always too long, but they basically want to see how much can you complete and how long, and how logical you are in your reasonings and your answers. So that is basically the assessment, and once that's done, you get the offer. And then, hooray, congratulations, and you can sign it. And that's basically how it is for internships. But as I said, it's the same for if you want to go for a graduate scheme. It is just that yeah, you will be measured kind of more closely and will give you less leeway. But of course, I'm not in the recruitment team, so I can't tell you exactly how it works. But I do want to say that, so I moved from software engineering internships to a product scheme, and for that I had to do a separate 3-hour assessment. So what I had to do was, I believe that it was the part where software engineers are supposed to do this pair coding thing. Product managers have to show their product management skills, and what I had to do was basically they give me a situation, and I had like kind of a virtual and of course purely fictional table with tickets on, and had to prioritize them, and I only had 5 minutes to do that, and then 5 minutes to explain why I prioritized something. And before I prioritized something, they gave me like a list of criteria to kind of fit, and what stakeholders want, what customer wants, what your team members want. And then while I was prioritizing them, they would tell me, oh, 2 of your engineers have gone sick now, or have gone on leave. You have to prioritize so that you take into account these engineers who won't be there for the next 1 month or something. Yeah, so that was kind of the assessment that I had. Sorry guys, I think I'm realizing that this video is going to be longer than I've expected and that you've expected. But yeah, I wanted to add one more thing. So when you kind of answer questions about a situation, it's best to use the STAR methodology. So I don't know if you know, it's a situation, and like explain the situation, explain the task, explain what actions you took, and then explain what that resulted in, and kind of reflect on what you did. So anyways, I'll put links down below about like how to apply, where to get more information. Please don't hesitate commenting down below if you have any questions, and I'm really happy to answer any of them and any questions that you may have, the best of my ability. Also, one remark is that I'm sure that the process has probably changed due to, well, of course everybody knows, and it's probably going to all happen online remotely. Don't ask me how. Let's just kind of briefly talk about why I changed from software engineering to product management. I really love software engineering. I enjoy coding. It's nothing like that, but I think it's more of in working in a company in the industry. I think to me, being a software engineer is not exactly what I want. From doing my internships, I actually got closer to my product managers, and it was by asking them questions and understanding why we had to build something and how they came up with the answer to the whys. Well, they gave us context, but how did they give us those contexts and that background, that I realized that that was what I was interested in, into understanding, into bringing the context, not just understanding the context, but bringing the context and delivering the context to everybody so that everyone understands why this is made, and understanding what the end user wants, but also what stakeholders want at the same time. So that is what made me really interested into product management. And then I don't know if you guys know this book, Inspired: How to Create Product Customers Love, by Marty Guggen. And yeah, I read this book. Of course, like, you know, you have to read this book with a mindset of, this is not who I want to become, but this is just information. And in terms of the information, it just made me appreciate products even more. And I did some more managerial courses, as you guys know, because I took computer science with management, and that really kind of pushed me towards going towards product management. And after reading a lot more things about it, I really knew that that was what I wanted to do. And I applied to switch onto the product management scheme, and I did that assessment, and yeah, I got the offer and I got the role, and this is how I am here. And yeah, I just ended my 3rd week as being a product manager, and I'm absolutely loving it. I just really love that you are talking to people and you're making, you are responsible for the product, but you are kind of building the people who are making the product, and that is really something that excites me. And if you guys want to know more about any of these things, or like how I came up to this conclusion, like please don't hesitate commenting. Just please do. If you like my video, please like, and if you want to subscribe for more exciting videos, then hit the subscribe button. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.